This is a presentation of Northeast Streaming Sports. This is a presentation of Northeast Streaming Sports.
Good evening. Here we go, everybody. Good evening and welcome to another edition of Prim and Proper Sports. I'm your host, Sonia, and it's a pleasure to be with you all tonight. It's Wednesday, August 6th, 2025, and I hope everyone has had an absolutely amazing day. Now, you'll notice that I am sitting here solo on tonight, and that's intentional because tonight, in fact, is my final Wednesday episode. It's a bittersweet moment. I won't lie, I've truly enjoyed our time together on Wednesday nights, but this change is coming for a good reason. Effective next Monday, August 11th, 2025, I will be switching to a new time slot. It will be 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, for all of you dedicated night owls and those who are normally tied up during my usual Wednesday evening airtime, please feel free to join me. I'll still be right here on this station and, of course, on all of our fantastic social media platforms at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm genuinely super excited about this change. It's happening because I have some non broadcasted affiliated responsibilities that I have to take care of, and they would conflict with my normally scheduled program. So instead of pre recording everything and missing the crucial fan element that I so love the engagement of, I decided that a time switch would be the best way to keep our conversation going and keep the engagement up. So please make a note of your calendars, set a reminder on your phones, whatever you have to do. And I'll see you guys going forward on this broadcast on Mondays at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Allow me this opportunity to go ahead and give a shout out to our affiliates, the Huddle Sports Network, the streaming platform that is allowing me this opportunity tonight. Also, Elite Sports Entertainment Network, and I'm never going to forget to shout out National Streaming Sports. This show is always dedicated to my friend, the great producer in the clouds now, Mac McGrath. You guys, it's my favorite time of season, and I know it's yours as well. So tonight's going to be a night of engagement. Let's dive into some football. NFL, this is preseason week officially. We are in the very beginning stages of the preseason. I'm so grateful that the NFL is back. It's right here. This is our favorite time of year, and I know it's definitely mine. So go ahead and feel free to engage with me tonight. We're going to be having a nice conversation on this abbreviated edition of Prim and Proper Sports. Now, I know a lot of you guys don't put a lot of weight into the preseason, but what are you most excited about now that the season is upon us? For me, you guys know I'm a Panthers lady. I'm a Panthers fan. So I'm going to be talking Carolina Panthers to begin our conversation tonight. They're taking on the Cleveland Browns, you guys. And in fact, we just saw some of their joint practice footage today in Charlotte. And it was a day filled with intense one-on-one battles, but thankfully cooler heads prevailed with no major scuffles. And it's always a good sign to see that. We saw rookie defensive tackle Cam Jackson from the Panthers really shine today. And we also saw the overpowering Brown center, Bucky Williams, on a couple of reps. Now, on the offensive side, the connection between Bryce Young and rookie wide receiver T Mac was a mixed bag with some miscommunications, but also some impressive deep seam catches. But let's get back to the big news for the preseason opener, Shedeur Sanders. He will be starting his NFL career against my Carolina Panthers, and I'm extremely excited about that. Now, he's getting this big start. You know, there's been a crowded quarterback room in Cleveland, so I'm excited to see him actually be the starting quarterback, at least for the preseason, so we can see what he looks like. This is a fascinating storyline, especially with the recent news out of Cleveland. On August 5th, the Browns actually signed veteran quarterback Tyler Huntley, another quarterback, you guys. It was a move that has fueled speculation that Sanders, who was drafted in the 5th round, might be a trade target for quarterback-ready teams and those teams that need quarterbacks at this time. The Raiders and the Saints are at the highlight of those conversations, and their names have been circulating throughout everybody, basically saying they may be getting ready to grab Shedeur. So his performance against Carolina is going to be critical. It's going to be very well seen, very well on the big screen, as I like to say. It's going to be under even a bigger microscope, so to speak, because it's a huge opportunity for him to prove that he actually belongs in the NFL. And we saw him actually reconnect with they call each other brothers, Jimmy Horn Jr., out there tonight. Let me make sure I'm not missing any comments here tonight. Let me pop my banner up. And I hope everyone in our country, while we are waiting for that to populate, is enjoying this nice, cool trend. We have a cool trend. At least here in Atlanta, we have a cool trend. I'm super excited. It's been 70s, some upper 60s. So I'm super excited about that. All right, guys, let's get back to the news here. Now, speaking of the Carolina Panthers, there's no secret that this franchise has been built around Bryce Young this offseason, and they've added a few crucial pieces that they've adjusted the scheme. I'll start by saying this, y'all. This is Bryce's make or break year. I'm sure you guys agree with me. There's no way for him to regress. I've said it so many times on so many different platforms. He needs, I just got to reemphasize it at this point. We have to be an offensively sound team, especially one thing of note. People have criticized the Panthers for not doing too much with their defense, especially with the departure of Shaq Thompson, who was the cornerstone of our defense. The Panthers just did not do a lot of work with the defense in the draft, nor with particular trades. So it's going to be interesting to see just how offensively sound and heavy the Panthers are going into the new season. One thing I will say is my Panthers are going to be competitive this season. Like us or not, we're not going to be at the bottom of the division. We certainly will not be one of the most talked about in a negative aspect. What do you guys thoughts about that? And with that being said, allow me to segue into speaking about my division as a whole. The Atlanta Falcons have been talked about quite a bit. There's been a lot of conversation swirling around whether or not Michael Penix Jr. is the missing piece to solidify the competitiveness of the Atlanta Falcons. And if so, would they actually be a threat for the NFC Championship and onward to the Super Bowl? I'm going to say this, y'all, and that has nothing to do with us being divisional rivals for two main reasons. I don't think so. The Falcons have consistently shown throughout their tenure that they just do not use their draft prospects or their trade prospects to the best of their ability. Now, that may be a combination of coaching or just a misplacement of talent, but whatever the reason is, even though Atlanta is definitely going to be competitive now, I'm not going to take that away from them. They are not, I just don't see them taking the reins of the NFC South and advancing to the NFC Championship and subsequent Super Bowl contenders. I may be wrong, but let's just put it like that. Speaking of the NFC South, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Welcome back to the NFL, Teddy Bridgewater. Believe it or not, another TB making a big splash, being signed as a backup quarterback for Baker Mayfield in Tampa Bay. Now, this story has a lot of layers. Teddy, of course, just not ready to hang up his cleats, despite having some coaching responsibilities in the Florida area. As you may recall, he was actually suspended from a high school coaching role after he was trying to gain financial support for his players by publicly soliciting donations, a move that the Florida High School Athletic Association considered an impermissible benefit. So he said, you know what? I'll come back and give it a go in the NFL. And that's what he's doing. So now Teddy Two Gloves, as we call him, is back in the NFL. And he is with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, let me just go ahead and plug in this fun fact for you guys. Are y'all ready? The last TB that was in Tampa Bay, you notice the similarity there? Tom Brady. Tom Brady. He actually took that team all the way from the bottom of the division to the Super Bowl. And let's be clear, Tampa Bay has been competitive ever since Tom Brady was a part of that team. Left the team, and then they gained Baker Mayfield, of course. So those are some things to keep an eye on. How shocked are you guys that Teddy Bridgewater is back in the NFL? Let's see if I got any comments here. You guys feel free to chime in and let me know your thoughts. If anybody is surprised that Teddy is back in the league. I know for me, I was actually shocked. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I was shocked because I felt like, oh, wow, Teddy Bridgewater is back and, wow. So anyway, let's shift our attention now from the NFC South into the ongoing drama in Dallas. The Michael Parsons saga continues with Jerry Jones being tight-lipped on the situation. A lot of pundits are saying that Michael will definitely stay with the Cowboys. There's no way they won't pay him. But this has just been a conundrum of players throughout the entire offseason, with guys like Zach Allen in Denver and Zach Tom in Green Bay signing massive extensions. On August 5th, the Chargers even just signed yesterday Keenan Allen, you guys, to a 1-year deal. And the Eagles traded for quarterback Jacorian Bennett. The contract negotiations are a fever pitch. You guys think this is a little bit of a greed at this point, or are these players being paid less than what they should have been paid to begin with? So it's only right that now they're asking for additional funds now, or should I say additional monies, perks, etc., etc. I've read reports that Parsons has even dropped cryptic messages on social media, like one last time gifts, those type of things, fueling trade rumors. and that Jerry Jones is actually holding firm, citing his history of tough negotiations. This is a high stakes game of chicken, and the outcome could have massive repercussions for the Cowboys' Super Bowl hopes because they're to win now, period. They're not doing any more transitions where they would be like, okay, we'll worry about that later. Like Michael Parsons is going to be extremely high paid wherever he goes. So we've seen fans protest. We've heard strong words from former players like Dez Bryant, but Jerry seems unwilling to budge. I'm curious to know where you guys stand on this. What's your take on these high profile contract disputes? Now I want to take a moment to just look into some things that we have here. Like there's still some players out there that are waiting and waiting and waiting, but they're just maybe not as big names as Michael Parsons. And so those are some things to consider, especially if you're a Cowboys fan. Cowboys fan, you guys, it's your year every year. So I guess they're feeling like if not this year, then not at all. All right, here's the roundup of some of the key NFL news from today. J.C. Horn, Carolina Panthers go back. The Panthers cornerback was involved in a minor car accident on his way to the stadium this morning. He suffered a thumb injury requiring stitches, and although considered day-to-day, will likely not play in Friday's preseason opener. Darren Waller, the Dolphins tight end who came out of retirement to join the Miami Dolphins, is still on the PUP list right now and is reportedly maybe 1 week away from returning to practice. Dominic Lovett from the Detroit Lions, the wide receiver, is expected to be out for about 10 days with an abdominal injury sustained in Monday's practice. We talked about Micah Parsons, and Jerry Jones has expressed uncertainty about whether or not he will be playing even in the season opener. So moving forward a couple of weeks there for that. Titan starters at training camp and what happens next. Coach has stated that the healthy players are expected to play in the team's preseason opener on Friday. Joint practices are in full swing. Commanders and Patriots are practicing, and Patriots head coach Mike Vrabel reportedly emerged from the bottom of the pile with a bloody cheek after intervening during a scuffle. Panthers and Browns also held their joint practice today with rookie T-Mac and quarterback Bryce Young showing developing connection. Now, J.K. Dobbins over in the Broncos depth chart is listed as a starting running back on the team's first unofficial depth chart for the season. So congratulations to him. And we talked about Keenan Allen, who got his contract with the Chargers, 1 year worth $8.5 million. So congratulations to him as well. Let me see if you guys have said anything before I segue to the next window here. I got to move my screen around. All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining, and likes and all the YouTube affiliates as well. Hope everybody is doing great. All right. In WNBA news, the Indiana Fever's 5-game winning streak came to an end with a 100-91 loss to the Los Angeles Sparks. Of course, Caitlin Clark being the story there, missed her 8th straight game due to that groin injury. In Major League Baseball, Cincinnati Reds pitcher Zach Little made a historic debut for the team, joining an exclusive club of pitchers to throw 7+ innings with 8 or more strikeouts and 1 or fewer runs in their debut. And the Cubs defeated the Reds, and the Cardinals lost to the Dodgers in key matchups. Now, for all you parents out there, first of all, welcome back to school. All the kids that are going back this week. Some are going back next week, and of course, everybody's going back for the new school year. Little League World Series regionals are underway with games being broadcast throughout the day. And so we gotta, pay attention and make sure we're supporting our kiddos. So kudos to all of them. Big news out of New York. The New York Knicks have reportedly backed out of the pursuit of Kevin Love, who was recently traded to the Utah Jazz and is expected to be bought out of his contract, y'all, Love is reportedly now eyeing a move to the LA area to go to the Lakers or to the Clippers. So those are going to be big things. You guys let me know what your thoughts are on that. I'm getting ready to give you guys a couple of commercials, and I will be right back.
So go ahead, promote it. You know what I'm saying? Got the
Yo,
girls.
what's up, everybody? So you see who it is. It's Gorilla X Fitness Apparel. My boy Malik done dropped the tees today. This right here, this favorite right here is a nice little large if you want the fitted look. Nice and fitted. And I have a shirt underneath so you can see it's still fitted. And if you want that loose look, then you just go up a size, ladies, unisex. He got more colors coming out soon. Got the peach, the pink. Right now, he got the neon green. He got the black. He got the white with the blues in it. Got to hit him up. Hit him up. Hit him up.
Fitness. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, yo, it's game time, ain't no messing around. Huddle Sports Network, the best in town. From NFL rumors to the latest trends, we got all your sports, just tune in, my friends. Catch us on Roku, Fire Stick, take your pick. Facebook, YouTube, where the action's slick. Daily shows that drop like a bomb. From 10 to 11, it's Ken and Ken, stay calm. Huddle up, catch the vibe, feel the rush. Get your news, get your fills in the clutch. Over 27 podcasts, we breaking it down. Join the team, Huddle Sports, wear the crown. Live every weekday, it's how we roll. Lions Talk with Jeremy B, we taking a stroll. From 11 to 12, don't miss a beat. We break down the game, make the info sweet. The Daily Huddle Podcast, noon to 1. CST Zone, we're just having fun. Toss your doubts, we bring the facts. Tune into the Huddle.
And I am back. I love that. Shout out to all the affiliates who I just gave props to. And of course to Malik with Gorilla X Fitness. He will be doing a sponsorship with us here coming soon. And what's up, Count? I hope you are doing well. Thank you for joining us. All right, let's go to our preseason matchups for this week. Count says K-Love is still in the NBA doing what? Thank you so much for joining us, Count Blah. Yeah, that's literally doing what is actually the bigger question. All right, guys. So the Colts and the Ravens, we have our preseason games here coming up. Colts and Ravens will be playing tomorrow night at 7 p.m. in their first preseason. Then we have tomorrow night as well at 7:30, the Bengals taking on the Eagles. And at 10 o'clock, the late game for those West Coast viewers, the Raiders versus the Seahawks. We get a chance to see Pete Carroll back in action as a head coach. I'm super excited about that. And we're going to be able to smell that locker room gum from the TV screen because Pete is going to be chewing his gum as usual. All right, on Friday, we have the August 8th games, the Browns and Panthers, starting out at 7 p.m. Shedeur Sanders making his NFL debut. And we also have that same night in Atlanta, the Lions taking on the Falcons here in Atlanta at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And wrapping up, not a super late game considering it's Friday, but the Commanders will be taking on the Patriots at 7:30 as well. Now, in case you guys don't know, don't get your hopes about seeing any of our main starters. You may see them here or there, but they will not be, nobody's going to risk anyone getting an injury this close to the regular season. So we'll see, maybe them take a couple of snaps, and then that will be pretty much it. But overall, this is our big time of year, September 7th. Being the kickoff of regular season. I'm going to be honest, y'all. I was not that impressed with the Hall of Fame game. I mean, I know it's about the Hall of Fame enshrinements and things like that anyway, but to know that basically the game was such a blowout, I just wasn't as interested as I thought I would be. But that's what happens when you're only playing your drafted talent. You're not really playing anybody who is a veteran or who has basically made their way in the NFL. So that would explain a lot on that. All right, let me make sure I don't have any comments here. For you guys who are just coming in, I announced earlier that this is the Wednesday wrap up. I will effectively be going to Mondays at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for this show. Also tomorrow night at 8 p.m. we have the No BS show. I'll be on with B Strilla, and we have a couple other gentlemen that come on from time to time that will be joining us. Nate the Great, Jay Train, Mike Tip, of course, and whoever else can actually pull in. And then, of course, Friday night, we have Friday with the Fellas, where I'm joined by B Strilla, J Train, and I guess Tip will be rejoining us because the season is kicking off now, as well as Fern, Kevin, and we have a lot of guys that come on and off that show whenever it's the season. So it's a great show. It will be airing at 9 p.m. and it will stay at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, guys, that's pretty much all I have for tonight. That is an abbreviated show that we had here. I want to thank you guys so much for all the support. I'm doing this going on 10 years now. I started on YouTube 10 years ago next year. However, I've been on this platform since my great producer friend Mac found me back in 2023, November of 2023. So just going on 2 years now. And of course, sadly, we lost Mac in the spring, but we are still spreading the name of National Streaming Sports. And I do all of my shows in honor of him. So I will leave you, since I am wrapping up this clip, with a clip of Mac and myself when I literally got my first start on with interviews. And after that, I will bid you guys good night. Thanks for all the likes, loves, and the shares. And you guys make sure you take care of each other and join us tomorrow night at 8 p.m. live for the No BS show. And with that, I will leave you with this clip. Good night, guys. Hi, everyone, and happy 2024. It's me once again, your girl, Sonia Pearson. But tonight, this is my introduction to a brand new platform, Northeast Streaming Sports, where we have nightly football, sports, basketball, everything you can think of right here. And tonight, I have the very special privilege of introducing as my co-host tonight, the founder of Northeast Streaming Sports, none other than the Mac man himself. Good evening, Mac. Happy New Year.
Well, good morning to you, and good morning, good evening. It's morning here somewhere. I don't know, but good evening to you. Happy New Year to you and everyone that'll be tuning in here tonight. Can't wait to get this going, Sonia.
Yeah. So tell us just a little bit about Northeast Streaming Sports, so we'll know how all of my followers can get on board and get all of the news round the clock on your platform here.
That sounds great. So Northeast Streaming Sports is a mainly a Roku channel where we now have updated our format so that we're more and more like a sports network. We got shows all morning long. We got shows at night, including this one here was part of the new format change. We got Sonia doing her thing at night. We got the Philly sports guy, Jamie Aggs, doing her afternoon show. And me and my long-time co-host, Jack, started off in the morning. So we got almost all day sports now where all the people get out there and get their sports right from us.
That is awesome. And congratulations on that. And it being a new year, this is the perfect time for you two to follow Northeast Streaming Sports, your definitely number one place for sports round the clock. So thank you so much.